A World Authority on Rural Healthcare has accused the Scottish Government of undermining its own initiatives by backing the new GP contract. Dr Roger Strasser, a Canadian-based academic, claims that the funding formula discriminates against rural practice. Both the BMA and the Scottish Government insist that no practice will have its income reduced. Jackie O'Brien can tell us more.
Their daily rounds can take in some of the most beautiful corners of the country, but a crisis is gripping rural general practice because vacant GP posts can't be filled. The Scottish Government has supported a range of schemes to improve recruitment, but one of the world's leading healthcare academics has accused it of exacerbating the problem.
It's particularly troubling from my perspective to see the Scottish Government investing in these very important and worthwhile initiatives, at the same time appearing to approve a contract for the GPs that is undermining and actually counterproductive to the general direction that the whole system needs to go.
Rural GPs say the green dots on this map show surgeries who'll receive the bulk of the new contract funding. In red, they say, are surgeries that'll receive no significant increase and could be forced to make cuts.
Urban practices are going to take, on average, an increase of £10,000 salary per year per doctor. Rural GPs are going to be left worse off because they will not be able to recruit new doctors to work in their practices, because the new funding formula is assigning all the extra funding to largely affluent urban practices.
But doctors' leaders insist that the contract formula they jointly agreed with the Scottish Government is designed to ensure that rural areas are given extra protection and part of a fairer funding cake.
Normally, if you give somebody a bigger slice, other people have a smaller slice. And we said we would not do that. So the only way we'd be able to improve the formula and make it more useful, but it's still imperfect, is by making sure that even though some practices are gaining, others do not lose. So no practice will lose income through the contract changes.
The Scottish Government agrees, but rural GPs want a second opinion before the contract is implemented. Jackie O'Brien reporting Scotland, Inverness.
Well, our health correspondent Shelley Joffrey is here, opposing views there, lots of figures, it's very complex. Are rural GPs going to lose out?
Well, on the face of it, Jackie, this deal that was hammered out between the BMA and the Scottish Government looks gold-plated. A guaranteed minimum income of £80,000 for GPs, a promise that no practice will lose funding, and especially to attract more GPs to rural areas, help with relocation costs and golden hellos worth up to £15,000. And on top of all of that, their day-to-day workload will be reduced. So what's not to like? Well, rural GPs say the new funding formula, which is based crudely on the number of consultations, simply doesn't take into account the sort of complex cases that they deal with, that patients may simply not use new community services if they're too far away. And crucially, on the income protection for GPs, they say it's only a short-term guarantee. Rural GPs think that they will end up earning far less than their urban colleagues, and that will make it even more difficult to recruit GPs. The Scottish Government has set up a working group to address these concerns, but the rural GPs want to see a delay in the contract being rolled out so that a new, fairer funding allocation can be worked out.
Shelley, thank you for that.